Hello, fabulous Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Well, the moon is your ruling planet, and your ruling planet is, or rather for you, technically the moon is a luminary, but in astrological terms, we consider it a planet, and the moon is your representative in the sky. It represents you. So what's happening with the moon tends to speak to your experiences. It tends to speak to your connection to everyone and everything. And when it is eclipse season, as it is this month, when you have two eclipses, a full moon eclipse happening in the middle of the month and a new moon eclipse happening at the end of the month, it does tend to denote a very important time for you. A time when you start to understand what's truly important to you now, and most importantly, what has shifted for you. If you think about the moon is constantly changing. And the moon also regulates water here, and it's said that the moon is representative of, in a collective sense, we think about heightened emotions during a full moon. And the water, astrologically speaking, is a symbol of emotion as well. So you put these together and it does suggest that you, like the moon, can at times experience shifting emotions and holding different emotional states, maybe day to day or 2.5 days to 2.5 days, and sometimes also. But there is sort of a constant flux taking place within you as you are, as part of your life path, learning to understand the power of your intuition through separating your fears from what you feel. That is really it. That is one of the highest sort of spiritual longings that your soul has over the course of this life, is to fully get in touch with the power of your sensitivity and your intuition, and to not allow your fear to get in the way of that. When you have eclipses taking place in a given month, it does tend to suggest a time when some powerful understandings take place that are a part of releasing fear, a part of understanding how fear is actually the thing that has been motivating you, that has been coloring what it is that you actually see. And whether it's what you see in other people, what you see as possible in any area of life. So what we have happening now is in the middle of the month, we have a full moon eclipse happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your emotional foundation. It's what you need to feel secure and to feel safe. And if you are not getting that where you are right now, you are more open to making changes than possibly you have been in a while. In fact, I am seeing, and I'm just going to put it out there, the possibility of you sort of having an understanding of where you live and the space you share with a partner. Those of you who are in a partnership, either you're going to decide that, and for some of you quite suddenly, this space doesn't really represent who we are. So maybe you moved into a space that your partner had, or your partner moved into your space. You're going to decide that, we need to have something else. This space has served its purpose for us. And if we're really going to build a home together, we need to have a home that is truly ours, and decide on what needs to change there. But I do think that at least some of you out there, and I'm going to be really honest about this, there is that possibility that some of you out there are going to be feeling like this no longer feels like home. I no longer feel at home with this person, perhaps as you did before, or maybe you never really did before, but you hadn't acknowledged to yourself. And so this becomes a really important moment for you in understanding whether or not this relationship is one that you want to continue walking. Those of you who are in an alliance of sorts, maybe somebody's in your sphere, but it hasn't really gone to the level of partnership just yet. I think that for you, especially, you are going to be figuring out how much you want this person as part of your foundation. Does this person fit your most private moments? Does this person fit the way in which you feel, or the environment you need to create to feel really safe? But more than that, does this person offer you a sense of safety and a sense of security? Do you feel like you can share of yourself and feel safe in the moment, to feel like there's a level of protection here. And it doesn't have to be in the literal sense. It's even just valuing your feelings enough to have a certain level of protection for them. Not wanting you to get hurt is a type of protection. Being mindful that actions affect your feelings, and so there's a desire to behave in ways that are ethical and honoring of you, that is a type of protection as well. And you're going to ask yourself if this person has that to give or not. And where they don't, you'll be ready to move in another direction. And for those of you who are open to love, I do think, there's going to be a deep understanding on your part that you have to have a level of comfort in your own space. And actually, I'm seeing it as a month where, especially in the middle of the month, the urge is more about you having time by yourself, figuring out who you are, resolving things on a level of energy, not even on a level of mind necessarily, but on a level of emotion and on a level of energy as well. Resolving, understanding what's in your past, what you no longer need to have to feel safe and secure in the world, especially where it comes to what you need to feel cared for. You add to this the element of the new moon eclipse that's happening right at the end of the month, and it does suggest a light coming on within you as an understanding of what you need to truly feel cared for. At the same time, what we have happening, so all of this is happening with your ruling planet, and your ruling planet is a representative of what's happening with you very much on an emotional level, because this life for you is about learning through the emotions. And so that tends to speak very directly to love, certainly for you. But as an added note, Venus is also going to be touring a part of the sky this month that is very much in harmony with yours. Venus will be moving through Pisces for much of the month, and that is very compatible with your sign. And it does tend to denote a time when the best of her blessings become easily available to you. And more than that, given the position of Venus in the sky, it does look like the clarity that you need to understand that you can believe in love, even if it seems like it's shifting, even if it feels like, you might not have it here where you are right now. You can still believe in love. You can still have your vision, and your hope is one that can be affirmed by a very loving universe. There is a lot of love available to you. There always is, but this time you believe in it, and that opens the door to greater sweetness and to greater love than you've known before. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.